What's up, you guys? This is Robert at Shy Bears Plus. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Shy Bears Plus for daily tweets. You follow me here on YouTube at Shy Bears Plus. Subscribe, like the video if you like it. Leave a crispy comment. Tell all your friends. Hit that share. Make sure that you tackle that bell so you don't miss any content. Today, we're going to talk about Chicago Bears football. Thursday, week 1. Bears versus Packers, the 100 celebration. So many cool things were going on Thursday. Oh man, we got the announcing crew dressing up like it's like the 1920s. We got Nagy rolling in like he's Papa Bear, wearing the fedora. Man, celebration. This game was so hyped up. It felt like a playoff game just because of all the hype that was going on. Man, I was so excited. Everyone was so excited. And then you had the Chicago Bears not really playing in the preseason, right? So everyone's kind of excited on how, Cordell Patterson's going to fit in, what Montgomery's going to look like, like all these new toys and how it's going to fit together, and the maturation of Mitch Trubisky into year 2 and how he's going to take the step forward. All preseason, Nagy was like, I'm watching his eyes. He's asking the right questions. I can already see he's already maturing, even though we haven't played a game. And I'm not even going to say that I care one F about the preseason. I'm not saying that I think that we should be playing the preseason a lot more. It means nothing to me. However, if you're not going to do that, you better be prepared to play. Everybody out here has to go to work, even though they had, teachers. They had the whole off season. They got to show up by August 13th or whatever, 25th, and they still got to teach the kids. They're still going to have someone shadowing their class. So I don't want to hear it. You're professionals. Find a way to keep it crispy. You weren't crispy out there, and you know it. So do what you got to do to get it done to make sure that you're crispy in week 2 and then the rest of the season. I'm not out here saying that the season's over. You know what? I was burying the lead. Obviously, the Bears lost 10-3. All right? So this isn't going to be a happy video. I'm not in a good mood. I've not been in a good mood all day. I've been dreading doing this video. I don't want to have to come out here and tell some hard truths on YouTube. I don't want to do it. I didn't want to have to do it. But I came to some realizations, and you know what? Like I just said, I was so hyped. And I had a friend who said it pretty well that Nagy might not even be a good coach, but he's a great PR guy, right? He comes out with the fedora. Dude, I was out there jocking him so hard. But I'll tell you what, Papa Bear House would have approved of that game plan. He would have ran the damn ball. Since we're going ahead and going to do Chicago 100, Bears 100, right? 100th anniversary. Why don't we take a play out of the playbook of the 1920s and run the damn football? Run it. I get it, man. I know. It's about to be 2020, bro, and times have changed and the game's different. They had a different shaped ball back then. I don't care. There are foundations of football that stay the same. They're going to stay until they rule out handing off the ball. It's effective to run the ball. I'm just so mad. It's so hard. It's so hard to even do this. But I'm not first guessing. I'm not the first guesser. I'm second guessing of Nagy. I mean, there's been other people out there at Scoreboard1 on Twitter. There's been people out there who's been very, very skeptical of Nagy. And dude, I've been willing to give the benefit of the doubt. I really have. And I'm not saying that Nagy's not going to be good, but the same old rhetoric is getting freaking old. It really is. And I can't sit here and protect you on the Twitter machine, and I can't protect you on the YouTube machine, and I can't sit here and protect you and defend you to all my friends and fans. That things are going to get better, and just to be patient. And I'm going to start with blame on this game with Matt Nagy. Now, Mitch Trubisky, after not playing all preseason, you didn't think that maybe, just maybe, he might be a little rusty and give him a little bit of help and maybe try to run the ball. He passed the ball 45 times. 45 times. Davis ran the ball 5 times. Montgomery ran the ball 6 times. 11 rushes. Cordell Patterson had 1 rush for 2 yards, right? Trubisky had 3. And you know what? And you're going to say, and you go up there in your press conference and you're like, oh, what about some of those RPOs? And dude, I was buying that last year. I was buying it. And you said you guys are going to figure it out. And you're going to figure out a way to run the ball more. I ain't buying it anymore. Like, real solid change needs to happen. There needs to be some real soul searching, and there needs to be some real hard truths going on in that, around that locker room and around that coaching room, saying, hey, we need to make an effort. Not everything has to be an RPO, bro. It's freaking simple. You're getting nothing done. You got a young quarterback who had, a season where, a rookie season that basically didn't even count. So last year, I consider it was his rookie year. I gave him a pass moving into year 2. You don't know. The last time we saw him, he had a crap first half, and he came through and played pretty well in the second, and we still lost the Philadelphia Eagles. Speaking of that game, Mitch Trubisky threw for 45 times. Howard ran the ball 10 times. Gabriel ran the ball 2 times. Cunningham ran it 1 time. Cohen ran it 1 time. That's 14 rushes. And they said that we were going to get it cleaned up, and that to not give up on them, and that things were going to be different in the future, and they were going to get it figured out. And if we're going all the way back to Kansas City, where Nagy did the same thing, abandoned the run in the playoffs, you got to be... Let's just be honest about it, bro. Like, I'm just going to be honest about it. I'm not writing Nagy off right now. But I'll tell you, I'm not overreacting. They probably said Paul Revere was overreacting when he said the British were coming. But you know what? They turned out to be on the damn doorstep. And they were coming. So, just saying, don't shoot the messenger here. Don't be mad at me. But 3rd and 1s, power up and run the ball. Is Solo a guy that's going to be able to run up and be a fullback for you? Do we have that position on the field? I don't know if we would need one. Can we just run something heavy? 2 tight ends, 3 tight ends, goal line formation, whatever. Find a way to get a yard. Run the ball. And I don't really care about the Patterson running on 3rd and 1. I get it. I saw him convert some first downs for the Patriots. It's got to get blocked up. But I haven't even looked. I worked all day. I came home, tried to put together a couple notes, do a little slight research for the show, because I wanted to be done with this for the weekend. I want to put this to bed because I want to look to the future Chicago Bears. I realize that there's 15 games left. I'm not a doom porn salesman. All right, that's not what I'm doing. I want to be done with this. I want to look forward to next week. But if things don't start changing around here, I don't know if they're going to get better. Just regular design runs. When you run the ball, it makes everything easier. And if you're going to sit there and dink and dunk and run all this RPO stuff and you never throw the ball down the field, the defense is just going to be in that little zone and sit on every single little hitch and comeback that you run. And you wonder why it feels like they're reading your mail and they're covering your wide receiver so good when this is one of the most talented wide receiver core that's out there. So don't wonder why, because you don't run the ball, so you're not bringing the defense up, and you don't throw it over the top, so you don't step it back. So you wonder why it's so congested. And then Mitch Trubisky is going 26 for 45 with a pick. I mean, he forced that pick up there in the corner. Maybe he got squared off. I don't know. Haven't seen it again. At some point, I'll go ahead and take a look at the condensed highlights from the game, and we'll take a look and see if we get a good view. Maybe someone will post all 22 for me. But, dude, I'm mad. And you can't do this to us, especially with all these night games. You can't do it on a Thursday night. Like us working people are so mad. It's hard to go to bed and you're thinking about this stuff. It ruins your next day. It's hard to sleep when you're sitting there and you're watching some MK Ultra mind-breaking, eye-bleeding offensive football. How am I supposed to go to bed? And on top of that, you do it when there's a White Claw national shortage and not even one millennial can get laid for like a week. Who knows when there'd be White Claws on the shelves? Seriously, Google it. It's a real thing. No laws, just claws. Anyway, so yeah, I'm starting to turn, bro. I'm not fully turned, but I'm starting to turn. You gotta run the damn football. You have to do it. And I'm not trying to sit here and sound like some old curmudgeon, some old ex-player, and like it's real. It's facts, bro. You gotta run the ball. You see, when we had balance last year, we won games. When we had time of possession, that was even, and we won that. For the most part, we won games. It didn't look like it looked like. You can't just 3 and out on some garbage. That first, the first drive, man, I get it. Like, I like the creativity stuff. I'm not going to knock Nagy for being creative. If you want to come out in some T formation and do some crazy formations and try to trick people, they're out with like a trips formation where they're kind of in a diagonal thing at some point. But that first drive was an abortion. It was hard to watch. And, and I'm not saying that if you practice in the preseason that Cohen's going to catch that ball. But the fact is that you weren't ready to play. And I don't care if that means playing the preseason or not. It felt like you were not ready to play because you didn't execute. So you got to execute. But even with just that one series and throwing it out, run the damn ball. You see, it's going to be a tough game. This team has improved. I mean, it reminds me of what our defense would have looked like without Khalil Mack. Super solid all the way across the board, but they didn't have that superstar pass rusher, and they're just one superstar pass rusher right now away from handing us our lunch on defense. And dude, major props to the Bears D, unbelievable performance. I don't want that to pass without saying, because I'm not going to sit here and I'm not just going to sit here and tell you that it was all bad and everything was bad and it was all garbage. Because there was some non-garbage. Like, there was some non-garbage. Leonard Floyd, not garbage. Mack, not garbage. Roquan running around all over the place. Let me see. 1, 4, 5 or 6 sacks. Aaron Rodgers pretty much was outplayed by Mitch Trubisky, except for one drive. Aaron Rodgers was 18 for 30. Mitch Trubisky was 26 for 45. So pretty close, within 3 points of percentage. Mitch Trubisky threw for more yards than Aaron Rodgers, 228 to 203. Aaron Rodgers threw for a touchdown, and Mitch Trubisky threw an interception. Trying to come back late in the game, forcing one he probably should have checked down. And that's a mistake, and it is what it is, dude. That's on him. But Aaron Rodgers threw some crap against the wall last night on one drive, and it actually stuck. Threw a jump ball up there, they got it for 40 yards. Then he throws another jump ball while scrambling, and Graham picks it down. What was Bush doing? I don't know. I don't know how he didn't knock that ball down, or he didn't even make a play on it, and it was for a touchdown. That's like 60 yards. So Aaron Rodgers probably would have passed for 130 yards. Mitchell Trubisky for 228. And all could have been well if we just would have ran the ball every once in a while and kept this team honest. You wanted people. I saw PFF said something like one time last year, only once did Mitch Trubisky get pressured so much all last year. Well, you want to leave some pressure on your quarterback? You want the defense to not be able to pin their ears back every single time and come at it full force? Threaten the run. Make sure they're conscious of the responsibilities in the run game. That'll second guess them. I don't know, man. That screen passes. Let's talk about another thing from the press conference where Nagy's trying to explain why Montgomery didn't have a bigger role. And you said he's still learning the personnel and trying to see where everybody fits. Dude, that's the same crap I heard last year. Same garbage. You don't know. Ask Pace. He put the talent on the team. Let them know where they are. Like, you don't know who's the best player. Let me help you, bro. Let me help you, okay? David Montgomery's your number one. He needs to run the ball at least 15 times. Cohen needs a couple series on first and second down You need to mix that up in the backfield. That's your number 2. Cohen doesn't necessarily need to be on third down unless you're going to, send him out in a route or throw him out in a screen or something like that. For the most part, Montgomery can play all three downs. If he needs a blow, if Cohen needs a blow on third down, then bring in Mike Davis. Mike Davis is your number 3. That's it. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. Excuse my French, I never cuss on Shy Bears Plus. It ain't hard. We got to figure it out. The people know. It's completely obvious to everybody else. Why isn't it obvious to you? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know what's so hard about it. What's so hard about it? Your best playmaker on the team, Trey Cohen, is in a slot, which I love. When he's not in the game, he should be in slot. He should be out running routes. I'm totally cool with that. But, yeah, maybe he doesn't hit the hole hard sometimes. And maybe he doesn't. There's a lot of players that don't do that. And maybe he'll string that run all the way out. But even when he's running that stretch run and stringing it all the way out to the sideways, he's still got that defense running all the way down the field. And they got to respect it. They got to run with him all the way through there. And how many times did you see where he just makes a cut and shooting and he's gone? There's just... How many big plays did we have? I know we had a couple that were back. We had some here. I don't have it on the top of my head. I didn't plan for that. But if you listen to this program, I did tell you what to watch for. And I said Montgomery running the ball and Cohen in the slot. Excuse me. So watch out for that RPO. And then you did get to see a little chance where Montgomery did that. And then you had Cohen slip right behind him for a nice gain. It was awesome. Well, if you don't ever run the ball and you don't put Montgomery in the backfield, and do that, you're not going to be effective. I'm not scared of Mike Davis. Someone tell me what's so special about Mike Davis that, I think he was not. It's not like the guy's a first round pick. I don't know that off the top of my head right now. But what was he on? Bounced around the league at San Francisco, Seattle, and he was not a number 1 on anybody else's team. And he was a former fourth round pick. And you think that you're smarter than everybody else in the league who didn't give him a chance for the last 4 or 5 years to be the number 1? Like, why did... No one else saw it? No one else saw that this guy's a halfback 1? That's what you guys are going to tell me? No one else figured it out but you. You guys, you're a special boy. You're a special boy, Nagy. You're a special boy, Ryan. Only you guys and your scouts can figure out that this is your halfback 1 on the Chicago Bears. The guy who can't even make a team. A guy who can't even crack the starting lineup while somebody's hurt. That's your number 1 because he can run routes or whatever. Yeah, he runs routes so good, bro. I'm sure he's just straight fire. Unbelievable. Ed Bassmaster says, psh, unreal. Unreal, people. Unreal. Let's see, Mike Davis. 6 receptions, 17 yards. Really? So, yeah. Shout out to Allen Robinson, though. You listened to the program. I did say that he killed it, and he did have a great game. 7 receptions, 102 yards, just like in Philly with no Burton. Again, I'm not even touching that one today. Not in the mood for it. I'm not in the mood. All right? So... This is it. This is where we're at right now. We're 0-1. We lost 10-3 to Green Bay. Lost by 7. Probably should have beat them by 10. If I knew that they would have pulled this, that this was going to happen, because we were assured that we were going to learn to run the ball. We were assured of that after the last loss 4 months ago or whatever, and nothing's changed. Nothing changes next week. You can go ahead and throw another L up against the Broncos. And nothing changes again, you can just start stacking them because it's not a hard lineup. It's not an easy schedule this year. We're going to lose games in the North. We should have swept the North, bro. This is the best. This is the most talented of all the teams. Chicago Bears, NFC North. We should be looking at 10 to 12 wins. Even with. This is a good team. They proved they were a good team last year. There's no reason to think that they should be going down. And all the... losing Pagano, guys. Pagano's not going to be as good as Fangio. this defense, as of right now, I almost guarantee that's going to be the number 1 overall defense again after what we just saw against the Green Bay Packers, because we only gave up 10 points, and Aaron Rodgers got lucky on 2 throws in 1 scoring drive. Should have given up probably 3. And held them to that darn near shutout, a great offense and a Hall of Fame quarterback. So for all the people who've been sitting there and with the lazy narrative, I don't want to hear it. Don't bring it to Shy Bears Plus. Don't bring it over here. So that's where we're at. I'm not happy, and I'm trying to be patient. I get it, dude. Don't tell me relax. Don't tell me that there's 15 games left and we're... Look at the B-roll that I've posted earlier. Those stats look identical to the Philly game. Nothing was learned. All right? You're no Papa Bear. You know, you're not doing anything special out there because we're not getting dubs. You know, we're 3 points. It isn't acceptable. 15 points in the playoff game is unacceptable. Not enough. You got your defense playing their friggin' hearts out. It's not enough and it's not acceptable. And things need to change. Because you're about to waste 1 or 2 great years of windows to win a championship. And you're going to throw it out the friggin' window. You're going to flush it down the damn toilet. Because you want to be you. And I'm all about to be you. But you better realize you got to run the damn ball to win in this league.